Hey guys, welcome to Tiffany Tells Testimony Podcast, episode 6. Know I'm saying 6 in the game. We got 6 episodes. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm so excited for you guys tuning in. Hey, if you guys get a chance, like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe, like, subscribe, and share. If you get a chance, I really want to get the message out. Some of these people that have come on, my friends, loved ones that are sharing these stories, I really feel like they can be impactful to people around. So, hey, if you get a chance, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll keep this thing rolling. So I am excited today. Today I have a special guest with us. Everybody just go ahead and clap it up for T-Moe. You know what I'm saying? T-Moe in the
How you doing?
building.
Thank you for having me.
You know what I'm saying, T-Moe?
What's going on?
Okay, so the first question I always ask everybody is, who is T-Moe? Who is T-Moe? You know what I'm saying? Just who are you?
Man.
Who are you?
T-Moe, just North Waco, Texas.
Okay.
Born and raised. Complicated soul. That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah.
Best lyricist in Texas.
Oh, best lyricist in
Best lyricist
Texas.
in
What?
Texas.
I now have people that follow me that don't know
Hey.
what you talking about. What you talking about, lyricist? What's that?
Just go to google.com.
Uh-huh.
T-MOE.
And you
Tell
go
you
see?
everything, bar for bar.
You go, okay.
Whole state.
Okay. T-Moe is a rapper. You know what I'm saying? With the ones and twos and the threes and fours.
Yeah, I got them all numbers.
So a rapper, a local rapper from, North Texas, like Dallas?
No, I'm from North Waco, Texas.
North Waco?
Yeah.
Okay, North
Yeah.
Waco in the building. Okay,
Yeah, I live
north
in
side.
Dallas now.
You live in Dallas, but you're from Waco.
Waco, Texas.
From Waco, come on,
Born and
Waco.
raised.
Born and raised, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he is from here. He is very known around, not just in Waco, but around the world as a very high-tech, high caliber lyricist. And so I'm just excited to have you on the show. I've known you since high school.
Yeah.
That's how I know him.
Yeah.
And so it's just really cool to see you have grown up and as a grown man over here. I told him I had to possibly open the door so his shoulders can come in. You know what I'm saying? He's strong over here. I was like, you better play football or what?
Man, knock somebody over. That's it. Get out of my way.
So it's great to have you in the chair and have you here.
I love what you're doing with this, right?
I appreciate it, brother. So let's just jump in. I'm excited for you to tell us a little about your journey, your story. So we could just start at the beginning. Tell us like your growing up story. Like, I know you're from here. Yep. Who did you grow up with? What did that look like? A little bit of your childhood background.
Yeah. So single mother, me and my sister. She's a sibling. She has 5 other brothers and sisters. So they had a total of 6, and my uncles were all street guys, and my aunt was worldly back then, and my mom, I think they're all, thank God now, living for the Lord. But back then, my mom was the first of her siblings to live for God. So I grew up in the church and going to the vacation Bible schools and the Awanas and stuff like that. And so that's always been my foundation. And then I just kind of did my own thing.
You kind of did your own thing.
Started doing my own thing.
Okay.
Growing up. But yeah, just my foundation, the root of me. I'm definitely a church boy for sure. Yeah.
So what does that mean? What does a church boy mean? Like, what do you?
You a lot of us, our upbringing, whether it was granny or mom or auntie or you had a close friend that you spent the night with, the culture was to go to church on Sundays. It was just the thing to do.
Yeah.
And so that's all I knew was, on Sundays we going to church.
No matter what.
That's part of the routine every week. So
yeah,
I was in it.
I could totally relate to that.
Yeah,
I think it's a Southern thing.
That's what you do.
You gonna go to church.
You going whether
no
you
matter
go or not.
No matter what you do Monday through Saturday, you gonna go to church.
If you're sick, you're going to church.
Okay, you can't even fake it. There's so many times I used to be like, I just can't make it. My mama go whoop me to church. You going to church? Okay, so what denomination was it? Was it a Baptist? Was it Pentecostal? Do you know?
I think we started off going to a Baptist church.
Okay.
It was Greater Bible Way.
Okay.
And then we went to I don't believe our home church is in Hubbard, Texas. Christian Lighthouse, and I don't think it was non-denominational.
Okay.
So just a believer.
Okay.
That's what I like to say.
A believer.
Yeah, I'm a believer.
So what? So now for me, church. All I knew is that I was going to church to hear. I wasn't listening. I'm gonna be lie. I wasn't
Me
listening.
neither.
But I knew I had to go. Do you feel like you got anything or knew anything? Like when did you first like come to Christ, to know Christ?
So like I said, my mom, I mean, even around the house, she's constantly singing worship music. We weren't allowed to listen to rap music, and then I became a rapper. Ain't that funny? So, like she wasn't letting us watch church, and this is young. So by the time I got about 10 or 11, I love to read. Me and my sister love to read. And I was reading stuff that was trying to save souls to the kingdom, and I was understanding it at a very young age. And around 11 is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna give my life to Christ. And my mom didn't know I was gonna do it. I stood up in church. That Sunday, was like, hey, I want to dedicate my life to the Lord, and that's when it happened. So I was about 11 years old.
11 years old. And so what was that experience like for you to? Because I remember I tell people all the time when I said yes to Christ. I was 7 years old, and all I knew was I was gonna get a Bible with my name on it and some Skittles. That's all I knew. I knew I was gonna get some water, come out, but I didn't really know what I was doing. But you saying that you knew?
So I understood. There was a book that talked about your spirit man, and I read that, and like I said, we grew up. We kind of knew, the basic stuff, and I was like, man, I don't want to be a bad kid. And I had a cousin in church, and he was saved. I was like, I want what that looked like. Like, I want to be like that. I want to be like I'm being. And that's when I dedicated my life to the Lord.
Yeah.
And it was shaky from there, but that's when it happened.
When we're younger, I feel like we have a piece of understanding.
Yeah.
But we don't know the full totality of it till we get into a comprehension age of understanding. Like, what did I really do, and who really is this?
Yeah.
And so let's talk about like transitioning from childhood to middle school, high school.
Yeah, that's when it happened.
What happened in that phase?
So it was a gradual turning away. It wasn't quick. So the church we went to is a family church. And so most of the congregation was family. And so I was seeing family every Sunday, and the pastor was family, and his wife was family. And his wife, just God bless her soul, was one of the sweetest, on fire for God women you would ever meet. And we would take communion every first Sunday. And so once I became saved, she would start asking me, hey, have you been living right this month? And if I was living right, I'd take communion. And if I wasn't living right, I skipped it. And she would know that I wasn't living right when I would skip that Sunday. And then she'd come up to me and she'd be like, did you live right? And I'd put my head down. I'd be like, no, ma'am. And she'd hug me and give me a kiss on the forehead, and you'll do better next time. And so that's how it kind of started. She started noticing I was skipping a whole lot of Sundays. A whole lot of first Sundays I wasn't taking communion. Never judged me. Yeah. Never chastised me about it, but she would always ask. Yeah. And I just remember that feeling. And then once that feeling got numb to where I wasn't really worried about what she was thinking anymore, that's when I knew I was.
You was there.
Yeah, I was gone. I was like,
wow. So do you think that was like for you not to take it? Was that you having reference to God, like saying like I shouldn't take this unless I'm living according to?
That's how it started.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I'm not gonna play with the Lord like that. We're not gonna take that sacrifice if you've been out living worldly. Because at this point now I'm at the age of understanding, so I know, boy, you've been out here wilding, and then you come into church, you can't. That's how it started at first. Yeah. Then it became me using that as an excuse. It's like, all right, I ain't gonna. And then that's what started me like, I'm not even gonna go to church because I'm not gonna play with God. That's me justifying the way that I was living outside. Like, it started with communion, then it started not attending, then it started not having anything to do with any of it.
You bringing up a really good point about excuses.
Yes.
One of the things that we can do really easily is make excuses for our behavior.
Was definitely making excuses.
So what was it? Let's just what was keeping you away from being in church, you know?
So we used to, like I said, our church is in Hubbard. It's about 25, 30 minutes away from here. And so I'll sit in the back of the car while my mother and sister are worshiping and getting ready for church, and I'll be writing raps. The most vulgar of rock. I was deep into rap lifestyle. I had my little girlfriends. I was fornicating. I was doing whatever I wanted to do. God bless my mother. She did the best she could, but it was. I lived how I lived, and it was unapologetic. It was like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it ain't nobody that could tell me.
And I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it got that. It was a gradual, and then it was just very intense.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Do you think that the reason why you were introduced to that lifestyle was because of rap? Like, do you think that came with it, or do you think it was like a byproduct?
No,
of
it was, like I said, I had uncles that was street guys, and then I had my friend circle was all in the streets, and that's what I knew. That's what attracted me. Like, it was just like, all right, everybody I know is on this. You know, I got people that's over here, but then they leading double lives too. So it's like, I don't got to be nothing to be ashamed of. Like, I'm doing my thing.
So influence.
Yep.
The power of influence.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it because I love to say nobody can influence me to do anything.
But according
I'm a
to
leader, I'm not a follower. But in all actuality,
Yeah.
I definitely was influenced by I was a product of my circumstances and my surroundings. Like, all my guys was outside. We was outside.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So I always say this because I think that it's powerful. Like, you either gonna influence somebody or somebody gonna influence you.
Absolutely.
It goes both ways. And so I think it's important to, for one, be around people that's gonna influence you to go the way that you want to go versus the way you don't want to go. Because it's so powerful. It's temptation. And it talks about it in the Bible. Like, you're gonna be tempted.
My mother used to always say garbage in, garbage out, which is why she wasn't letting us, you know, early years. Like, I would go to elementary school and my friends have all seen the Simpsons episodes. Like, I can't talk to them about it because I ain't seen it.
Yeah.
Like, I would have to sneak and do that
and
stuff.
watch it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was that type of thing. And then, like, once I got to an age where it's like, you know, I hate to say it, but, you know, when you're a single mom, you can only raise a young man up to a certain point. And mine was just, at middle school, it was pretty much nothing else she could do. Like, it was just like, I guess I'm autonomous from here. Like, thank you for what you did, but like, I got it from here.
Yeah.
So stupid because I really don't got it. But yeah, that was my mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the lack of a father figure in the home like played a part in you going like that way as well? Or, I mean, I know you said you have uncles and all that stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, and I had good role models too, so I don't want to just sit.
You
there.
had both.
You know, I had both. I just made a conscious decision to follow a certain one. But the good role models that I had in my life definitely made me cognizant where I didn't go too far.
Yeah.
So it was, I was out doing stuff, but I wasn't going too far like some of my peers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you would only go to a certain extent.
Yeah, I wasn't doing everything. I still had a little sense.
You still had some sprinkle in there.
I had a little bit.
That's where that baptism came in.
You know what I mean?
Because when you get born again, there is a part of the Lord helping you and buffering some certain things that probably could have took you out.
Oh man.
But he put a little cushion right there. So you hit your head, but you won't.
That man that kept me, and I thank him that's when I pray every day. That is the number one thing. I thank you for keeping me.
Yeah.
Because you could have punched my ticket at any time.
Yeah.
And you still can, but
Grace.
Merciful.
Grace.
Jesus.
All the things. Okay, so let's jump into why you here. What's going on? Like, let's talk about the rededication. Because this is what happened. I follow T-Moe, and I'll see your clips. I see all the things you post about, you know, rap. And, I mean, he literally is a really good lyricist. And so, but then I saw a post that said, hey, I'm living for Christ. Yeah. Like, this is what it is. Yeah. Like, I'm giving my life to Christ. I ain't doing that stuff. So you might as well forget it if you're going to be sick of me.
Yeah.
Stop following me, all the stuff. And I was like, wait, hold on. Let me make sure this ain't April Fool's on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So I was drawn to your post to call you onto the show to see what happened. Like, what was your process? What happened to get you to a point where you would even post that or say that?
Man, so number one, I just, without trying to sound conceited or arrogant. I know the things that I post can be very polarizing.
For sure.
And a lot of people pay attention to it, even if I don't want them to. That's just kind of the brand that I've built up over the years.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if I could live wrong out loud, I could confess me trying to live right out loud as well. So that was the reason for the post. But really, it was God just shook my life in the most violent of ways.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
So during this journey of me living wrong all these years, so many sins, couldn't list them. The things we feel like we want in life, we really probably don't. And so the rap was getting me anything I wanted. I was traveling. I had amassed some sort of money. I had to fly a little bachelor lifestyle. I got the fly condo downtown Dallas and the fast car, and I'm getting all the women I like, and I'm getting invited to all these things, and I'm drinking and I'm partying, and it's just, I feel so empty. And I'm not telling anybody I'm feeling this way because as Black men, we internalize things that we go through, and I'm just like, it's looking like I'm having fun on the outside. I'm posting all this stuff on social media, but I'm really like empty. And that's what made me stop doing music for 3 years. It was just like, none of this is what I thought it was gonna be. And then I started being cognizant of when people say you sell your soul for this, and it's like, I see what they mean. I feel like a lesser version of myself, but I continued to live how I was living. And then God woke up one day, and I started getting in trouble. I started getting in legal trouble for the first time in my life ever. My relationship with people in my family started to deteriorate for whatever reason. And I still, because I'm stubborn, and Lord knows,
help us, Lord.
I'm still not caring.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous piece of me. Just don't care about nothing. I'm very nonchalant. So whatever happens, whatever.
Yeah.
If it burn, let it burn. Whatever. Yeah. And I was riding one morning, and I don't know. I was at a stoplight, and this light was taking forever. And so I look in the rearview mirror, and there's this woman behind me in a car, and she is looking directly at me, and I mean beaming at me. And if you know me, I hate people staring at me. Why are you looking at me? And she would not take her gaze, so I would look away, and then this light is taking forever. It's been 3 minutes, and still ain't moved. And I look up again, and she is looking at me, but she's not only looking at me, she is smiling from ear to ear. But it's like the most loving smile ever. And I'm like, what is this lady looking? Now I'm getting mad.
Yeah.
And
she's smiling at me.
I'm getting so mad because the light, number one, is not changing. And this lady is staring at, I could tell she's staring through the back of my car smiling.
Yeah.
What are you so happy about? It's morning time.
It's early, this light. Yeah.
Stop looking at me. I look away again. 2 minutes pass. Why is this light not changing? I look up, this lady is smiling. And I start crying. And I'm like, why is I'm not soft like that? What you? And then God just put on my heart, boy, come home. Like you done ran enough. You ain't got nowhere to run to no more. And I pulled over and I apologized. I repented. Man, I'm sorry. I know I've been living wrong. Like I told you before the camera was on, my nickname in the church is Prodigal Son. And I wore that like a badge of honor. Like, I'll get right one day. Because I know how this thing ends. So
I got time.
I got time. We don't got time. We don't got time. And that's what God revealed to me in the car that day. It's like, you don't got time. I love you now. Come home. Yeah, so that's the rededication.
Oh my gosh. That's such a beautiful story.
I'm
man.
Still mad at that lady.
Who is that lady?
I have no idea.
If you're that lady, you need to come forward.
She looked like she loved every
life.
Piece of me. And I was just like, why are you looking at me? It's all these other cars around. Why are you looking at me?
You know, they talk about angels unaware.
Man, say.
I feel like that might have been intentional. I want to go back to what you had said at the beginning, about the emptiness.
Yeah.
Because I truly believe God intentionally put like holes in our heart.
Yes.
Holes in our emotions.
Yes.
To have voids.
Yep.
And we as humans, we try our best to fill those. Yep. We try, the money, the cars, the luxury, the life, all those things. But he intentionally put those in there because he's the only one that can feel it.
Absolutely.
And so relationships don't work. People find a relationship and they're like, hey, you're gonna bring me happiness. You're gonna bring me joy. And you listed all these things that you were getting.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you were still empty.
It was nothing.
And I feel like God does that intentional because he's just like, oh yeah, you can search the world.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna never find nobody like me though.
I remember when we got the call to go do Sway in the morning, and I were like just coming up rapping. I was like, if I get on Sway, I'm gonna be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's the top tier.
Oh my goodness! So I went over there and I did it, and I was not even excited when I left.
Man,
I was just like, that was it. That was
all
it.
my life I've been waiting for this moment, and that's it.
Man, I was proud of myself. It was like,
man, but it wasn't fulfilling.
No,
man.
And
God does
nothing
that.
will be.
Man, God does that so intentional. That's even what it is like when you get a blessing.
Yes.
We pray for stuff, we ask God for stuff, and then when we get it, there is still a feeling of like, well, what's more?
Right.
Like, because we've been praying, we've been asking, I need this, I really need this, but He gives it to us, and it's still like, well, can I get this too?
Right.
But it's like you can get all the things,
right?
But you still just need me.
I think sometimes He'll give it to you to show you don't even really want
right. Come on, talk about it.
You don't want that.
That's not what you want.
No, I know what you want. You just come on and come get it.
Man, yeah. I love that because I've had an encounter too. Mine wasn't as gentle. Oh. God came to you through a rearview mirror, smiling. No, he told me he was going to leave me.
Yeah.
To my sin. He was going to lead me to the things I was choosing over him.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't no smile like, oh, come home. It was like, I'm about to leave you. And I'm like, what? How you going to leave me? It's saying in your word. Right. You never leave nor forsake me. Yeah. And so I knew he was serious about what it wasn't his first time saying like, stop doing that. Come on. Stop. Many years, many years of backsliding. I've gotten baptized like 11,000 times. I done been at the altar about 11,000 times saying, God, I'm a quit. I stopped. Yeah. But I never did. But that encounter shook me to my core because I didn't realize that what he was protecting me from, that it was going to have me. Yeah. Like it was going to be loosed on me. And so if you going to leave me, I'm going to probably die. Yeah. And I'm not willing to die. Right. So I was just like, let me go ahead and say yes. Right. Yes, for real this time and really surrender my life. And so I think it's beautiful and kind because God knows what you needed. Yeah. And you need a gentle look, a smile, a warm.
And he know I don't like that. So
he did exactly that.
Like, if I can get him to pay attention to what he don't like, it was one of them type of things. I'm still mad about it. And he's like, why was you looking at me? But I'm glad because it did. It touched my heart and it let me know like, it got me to thinking. Yeah. And I'm a deep thinker. And it just got me to thinking about the state that we're in right now in life. We don't got a lot of time left. Yeah. You can't be playing right now.
Right. Yeah. Do you feel like, so as you were talking about things that you said, you surrendered to, what are those things that are you still currently, I know before we got on, you talked about some idols, And
then like, that's what we were talking about. You just don't know how much things can be idle in your life. And I never understood that even growing up in the church, you hear, no idolatry, but you don't really
know what that
grasp what that means because anything can be idle in your life. The phone, the television, video games, food, relationships, for drinking, smoking, for me, basketball growing up was just my thing. I spent all my time doing it. That was an idol. Rapping, like the amount of man hours I put into that and the fine tuning and that is an idol. And they're hard to break. Yeah. Like killing you. Like that's the big thing. I'm at war with myself right now with my flesh. Yeah. That is the hardest battle I've ever fought in my life is fighting against my own flesh. Yeah, your flesh your flesh don't like you. It make you think, you need this and you need that. Yeah, and it's hard to kill it. And the reason your flesh is like that because when you die, it's your soul. Your soul is incorruptible. Your flesh not gonna die with you. So we have no problem leading you into sin because I'm not going with you. Right. Into eternal damnation. Yeah, you're going by yourself. Right. So while I'm with you, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Man.
Let's
So
do this.
that's what I'm in war with my flesh right now.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that I've done for so long have become habitual, and I'm not even aware of it. And now that I'm aware, it's like,
Yeah. Oh man, I do
yeah,
that.
I gotta stop this. But it's so hard to stop
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a real thing.
Mhm.
And I mean, I feel like we have to die daily.
Yep.
And
Oh, every day.
And so
Every
it
day.
goes hand in hand with forgiveness. It goes hand in hand with many things that we have to habits.
Yep.
You know, we have to discipline ourselves in order to really walk this thing out.
Yeah.
I think people think that 3 days is good. You know,
Nah.
a Sunday is good.
Nah.
I'm gonna wild out the whole week, and then Sunday I'm gonna stop
No.
because it's the Lord's day. It's like ain't
No,
every day the Lord's
is
day?
the Lord's day.
Ain't every day the Lord's day?
Man.
And so it's like it's a constant fight. There's a
Yep.
constant. I mean, there's literally scripture where Paul talks about I'm at war.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
at
war.
war. I'm at war with my members because there's something in me that wants me to do what I used to do, but I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And so we need God.
Yep. Every day.
Every single
You
day.
hit the nail on the head. It's just I find myself like for me, one of my I have a foul mouth. And it's not I'm
What's
not
a foul mouth? What you mean?
Boy, girl, I be cursing.
You be cursing?
I be cursing. It's like a season for the sentences. It's like it just but I have like I've been convicted to hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
And so now it's like it's almost like breathing. I do it so naturally. And so I'm just talking to somebody, I'm having a fun conversation, and boom, it slipped. And now first it just I didn't care. It was like, hey, we just talking, but now it's like, Mo, you gotta watch that. Like we trying to change some things, but it's stuff like that you're just not even aware of. And you're just like, dang, I do this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think? I mean, why now do you think that's not such a good idea to do?
I mean, we living for God. Would you do it in front of him?
Bingo.
Would you do it in front of him? If you and that's kind of because I'm so intense. So when I do something, I just kind of try to put my all into it.
Yeah.
And I just ask myself, if he was here right now, you know what I mean? Like, would you be?
Would you do that?
Or would you straighten up and so he see it all, he know it all. His angels are taking account for everything you do, though you can't see him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
it matters.
Yeah, like just clean that up, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, because life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Oh my goodness, that's so powerful.
You know what I mean?
The stuff I used to say, I'm just like, bro, I used to talk crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like one of my favorite. I had a real big problem with forgiveness and revenge, and that was my like when I was living for the world. That was my thing. Like I'm gonna get you, and if I don't get you, like I hope something happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
wishing bad on somebody. Pretty much cursing people.
If we all go to hell, it'll be worth it. I used to say that.
Wow.
Jesus, Lord, forgive. I did not know how crazy I said.
You don't know what you say.
You just saying something. You feel like that's how you feel in the moment. We really, boy.
Yeah.
And you know what that is. So no, it's not worth it. I don't want nobody to go to hell.
Right.
I don't care how much I don't like you. I don't want you to go to hell.
Yeah.
I do not want you to even just that. I could talk about that forever.
Yeah.
Like the separation from God. Like I hear a lot of people that I've met in my walk that either don't believe in God or the Bible is they gave us that book during slavery.
It's written by a white man.
You guys are being swindled. It's not even about that. Like I often use the example of when you're a child, like 3 or 4, and you go in a store and you take a piece of candy and you didn't pay for it. You know that's wrong. Like what is that? Who told you that that's bad? What is bad? If all of this is spontaneous and there's nothing, and this is just evolution and
rocks and stuff.
Why does what is good and evil? Why is there a law to begin with? That got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
If that's the most basic I can put it, it got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
But that man literally took dirt and breathed life into it, and you want to tell me you don't believe?
Right.
How can you no?
Yeah.
This is all him.
Yeah.
Like, this is the Father.
Yeah.
And that's just so the hell thing is just a separation from that. When something bad happens, like if you have hope, that's gone.
Yeah.
Like you breathing. Hold your breath for 30 seconds. And then when you need that air, If you go there, you don't got that.
You got that.
Imagine having that feeling for forever.
Forever.
Faith.
Yeah.
Any good memory you got gone.
Right.
Separation. They think it's just the burning and the torture. Yeah, that's bad too. It's the separation.
Yeah. It's
From everything you know, all the good stuff. You walk outside, the sun shining, birds chirping. Everything is in harmony. Everything is cohesive. It works.
Yeah.
That's separated forever. Like, no, I don't want that for myself.
Yeah.
I don't want that for myself.
That's so deep because you're not even like, I think about people, reason why people want to be with Christ is I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to burn. I don't want to go, it scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the separation. And one of the things that we don't want as humans is to feel lonely, is to feel by ourselves. And so when we do sin, when we do certain things, we separate ourselves from the person who cannot sin.
Yep.
And the sin makes us like not able to be in connection with him.
Right.
And it's like he loves us still, but it's to a certain extent. Like he can't fully get into it because it's like you have chosen this thing that he hates.
Yep.
Like God hates it.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want him to hate something that I do. I want him to love everything I do.
He's so perfect.
Right.
And it's like you can't even begin to wrap your mind around something being that holy, that perfect. And that's why they say, you can't even look him head on. He is the literal definition of perfection. And we are all dirty sinners. It's like you just can think of anything you did. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, people always talk about the Old Testament, the wages of sin is death. And so that's why they had to sacrifice, whatever
the goats
was called,
and all
the
that.
goats and sheep. They had to be a blood sacrifice. So the Lord loved us so much, he sent himself down in the human form to sacrifice himself for our mess up. You can't earn salvation. That is a gift.
Yeah.
That he gave that to us.
Come on.
How dare we
take it for
toy
granted.
with it? You know what I mean? And I think that's what got me back on my straight and narrow. Is like I'm a parent, and it's like, man, my kid does something to upset me, and I'm just like, well, you was raised better than that. It's the same thing.
I gotta be
it's
looking
the
at
same
us.
concept. It's like, bro, you don't want your kid doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time, you can't really make them. You can scold them and
free will,
but you can't make anybody do anything. And so that's kind of what I just like to tell people. It's like that's the definition of free will. He let you be you. You don't want to be with them.
Yeah.
He don't let you rock, but that love is always there. It's always while you're here and while you got time, you can always come home.
Yeah. Man, that is so powerful. Come on, evangelist. Come on.
You know what? Look, I just told you, I hope not.
Now, you told me you hope not a lot of things.
I hope not, man.
One thing about God is he ain't going to waste the gift.
No, he not. But,
he's not going to waste the gift. And so there is a gift of rapping on your life and your ability to use metaphors and syllables and all the things that you use. It kind of reminds me, kind of riddles. It kind of reminds me of Jesus.
Yeah, parables, I love them.
Jesus was always a parable guy. He's like, hey,
them.
this, and people be like, what are you talking about? He's like, you gonna understand one day.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's kind of how you rap in the sense like you kind of make people think?
When I rap, I definitely want you to think. I definitely want you to see like the clever aspect of it. Taking stuff and bending it in a way that works, even though it's not supposed to work.
Yeah.
And then drawing from real life examples. That's a lot of what I put into my music, and that's what Jesus did with his parables. Like, I could give it to you like this, but let me give it to you like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll. It's like I'm putting the medicine in the candy. Like, you're gonna like it if I put it like this.
Yeah.
And then you still gonna get what you need to get at the same time. So, I always like people that speak in parables.
But so it's crazy that you would probably, you would share with me that he probably won't, consider, taking what he does now and switching it over for the glory of God. But I wonder.
I love gospel music. I even like some gospel rap.
Okay.
The people that do it correctly.
Okay. Wait, what does that mean?
You know what? It's a form of gospel rap that they do where the Bible's the gun and he hunting demons, and I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
Because if a demon came to you right now, you probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like spiritual warfare is real.
Yeah.
And
you think so? So you think some of that is fake? Like,
it's not that it's fake. It's just I don't want to hear you. I don't want to slide on demons. Like that ain't what we doing.
Okay.
Like, give me some substance. Give me something realistic, like something you really feel and think about. And there are a lot of artists that do that, and I like to listen to them. But me personally, I just don't feel like I want to even flirt with making music because I may keep making the content I'm making currently. So I just don't even want to be
Yeah.
tempted by it.
And I think that's called discernment. I think that's called like self-aware and assessment of just being like, hey, like I made this music so long and
Yeah.
it's been a thing that I've done, but I'm afraid that if I start going the other way and doing this for God, that I might want to go back.
Now he very well may say, "Boy, I'm not trying to hear none of that."
Because let me tell you,
Oh yeah, he'll do that.
he's
I'm
done
not
that to
trying-
me so many
I'm not
times. Let
trying
me
to
tell
hear
you.
none of that.
I'm like, God, because one of the things that I did, like I didn't want to, so I was in a homosexual lifestyle for a long time. And the first thing I said to God, like, not before, but before I said yes, it was another time I said, I'm going back to God. But I told him, I was like, when you get me out, like, I'm not going back to talk to nobody and saying that because I'm going to be a sellout.
Yep.
Like, I feel like anybody that does this lifestyle and goes back and say, hey, find Jesus, you're a sellout.
Yeah.
And so I told God I wasn't going to do that. But it's crazy because there's certain encounters that I have where I'm talking to someone that's in that lifestyle still. And I'm not forcing Jesus on them, but I can't help but talk about where I came from.
Right.
And so it's just like I told him, I was like, I ain't gonna talk to nobody. If they want to be, that's their choice, which it is their choice.
Right.
But I can't help not to talk about my story and how he got me out of that because of how serious it was for me.
I think that's so inspiring because that's like my thing too. It's like I'm not loud enough or vocal enough, so my posts are my posts, but I'm not personally vocal enough about my lifestyle switch. Because I may still go do something, and I don't want nobody to look at me and be like, oh, "Boy, you was just talking that, and you doing this."
Yeah.
I think that's my biggest thing. But like I said, God meets us where we are, and He knows that I'm actively trying to work on stuff. Everything not gonna be overnight, but
Right.
we trying. So I just need to be more vocal about me trying.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy for anybody.
Yeah, it's it's called when we shame the devil.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that about our journeys and us sometimes still fighting with things, the best way to overcome it is to tell on yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta tell on you gotta
know
tell
what
on
I did
yourself.
the other day? I was like, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I this, and I'm still all right.
Yeah.
He got me.
Yeah, you got to tell on yourself because what the enemy wants you to do is hold it in and be shameful about it. Like, oh, dang, I did this. I can't, coming back. But the more you speak about it, the more free you get about it because you get accountability. You're being vulnerable. You're being honest. And God can do a lot with that. He can do a lot with, now there's some people that be like, I did this because they want attention. Like, I did this. Lord, forgive me. La, la, la. But they like, y'all see that? Versus God looking at your heart.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, do you really mean that? Because if you really mean that, I'm going to send more help.
Yeah.
I'm going to send people to help guide you so you don't go back.
Right.
You want the accountability or you don't.
Right.
And so I think telling on yourself is going to be one of the best things that can help you. What things do you feel like you're actively doing to try to not, tempt yourself, in certain situations?
So I think we were talking about this before the cameras cut on, but changing my algorithm. I'll just be quite honest. It was a lot of women, a lot of funny, vulgar videos, just stuff that was, like I said, garbage in, garbage out. And so, like, actively, I cleaned that up. And then I'm still cleaning. Every day I'm pruning. If I see something,
delete it.
we're not doing
I'm not
that.
gonna follow you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, even just, like I said, like, you can, with men especially, this is like little lusting, like averting my eyes. Whereas before I was like,
I'm gonna look.
Not only I'm gonna look, I might go say something.
Yeah.
I like my game. I got a nice little game on.
Yeah. Got the gift of gab.
You know what I mean? So it was that thing, but it's like even just like being at the gym now, if I'm on the treadmill and somebody walk by, I catch myself like, nah.
I'm not gonna look.
I want to look bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. It's that thing. It's like you just kind of fixing your heart posture and like you, especially me. Like I said, I grew up in the church, so I know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
So just kind of just cleaning that stuff up, like just purging myself from that. I've tried fasting. I need more work on that.
Okay.
It's not so much as I break the fast and then kind of start doing the stuff I'm fasting from again.
Oh, like so you kind of binge after you get done. Yeah.
Just like, all right, we're gonna keep working on that.
So what do you see as a frame of fasting? Like what do you do?
So I don't eat. I'm like I said, I'm extremist. I
Mm-hmm.
don't eat anything. Just drink water,
Mm-hmm.
and I spend time with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a believer before, I believe I wasn't in my Bible a lot.
Yeah.
And so I think God has blessed me with the gift of discernment. So now I'm understanding
Mm-hmm.
a lot more of His Word. So that's what my fasting looks like:
Yeah.
not eating, just drinking water, and spending time,
Mm-hmm.
being actually actively spending time trying to grow a relationship instead of just all right, I'm living right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
that's good. I think for me when I fasted, when I'm trying to fast from like to break something, to break a
yeah,
stronghold or something that's had me bound for a while, I do the erase and replace method.
mm-hmm.
And so it's like I ask God to give me something to replace it with. It's like, and
Mm.
so He may give me scripture.
Yeah,
He may give me an activity.
yeah,
He may, so it's like, okay, like, so I enjoy something that I was fasting one time was my phone, like
yeah,
social media.
yeah,
And so I'm like, God, like, I can't stop picking up my phone to look at my social
yeah,
media. What can I do? He was like,
yeah.
well, download a puzzle.
Mm.
I'm like, a
Mm.
puzzle, because it's not so much sometimes of what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It's just the motion of picking it up, picking it up, going like
Right,
this. And so
right,
he was like, download a puzzle, download a game.
right.
Now my problem was after that I downloaded 10 games. I said a game.
A game. You want to play. You want
I'm
to play.
extremist, so I didn't downloaded
Right.
10 games, and he's like, okay, so now that's consuming your time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to delete some of that
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But he gives me things to replace things with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if one thing that could be helpful for you as you're going through this journey is, scriptures that could replace the thing that you're trying to give up.
Absolutely. Look, that's why I told you we need this type of podcast because you be dropping gems
Man,
and you're gonna help us. Like that's something I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Erase and replace. That is something I'm gonna actively try to implement.
yeah, because we have to be on the defense.
Yep.
I truly believe that the enemy is, still kill and destroy. That's
Yeah.
what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But what I did when I was in my journey of trying to discipline myself to stay on this path was I wrote down all the places where the enemy attacked me.
Right.
And so it was perversion.
Yep.
It was my family. It
Yeah.
was finances.
Yeah.
It was my mind. And so I asked God, I was like, these are the ways that the enemy comes for me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me something practical to replace these with?
Right.
And he gave me a scripture for each one of these ways
So
that he
fire.
tries to attack me.
So far.
And so when he would come for me, because he did, and the
Oh,
enemy's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, like, I don't care nothing about them scriptures, cuz.
Yeah.
Like, they don't mean nothing to me.
I know them too.
I was like, cool. So when you come for me, I'm going to say it. But when
Yeah.
I said it, like, it just started like he was
Yeah.
trying to find a different way in,
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
going to try to find a different way in. But I found myself being more confident in the scripture because I was actually applying it by saying it.
Yeah.
And so that's just a couple things that I've
fire.
done to help myself on the journey of trying to withstand from
Yeah.
the temptation.
Man, it's out there and it's hard.
Still,
It's hard. It is hard.
do you
I'm
have
proud of
people
myself.
around you that could?
I'm putting them around me.
Okay.
So like I was telling you earlier, I was like, I'm addicted to isolation. So where I seem outgoing and people tend to flock to me. I actually like to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff people see me doing, I'm going by myself. There may be people there, but I'm going alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I go home alone. And I really don't want nobody in my space. And that's not a good thing because in this walk, you need people that are like-minded and that live in the same type of way to encourage you and to lean on when you do have those moments of weakness.
Yeah.
So I'm actively placing people in
Yeah.
my life now.
Yeah, you taking like, hey, shout out to you're like, hold on, not that. But I recently heard something. I can't remember what the beginning piece was, but they were saying that isolation is actually sabotage.
Yeah.
Because we need community.
Absolutely.
We need people to be around us to like speak to and talk to. I know people have said like, no, I got to go on my own when I'm going through something and all the stuff. But even Jesus had Holy Spirit in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And so he
Yeah.
wasn't by himself. Like there was still conversation he was having with the Father while he was being tempted to turn
Right.
a rock into bread,
Yes.
And so we still need a connection. Like even if it's one person
Yeah.
that is just like, hey bro, like,
You need somebody.
yeah,
Like,
hey, I'm struggling today. Can you pray for me?
We are not supposed to be living in solitude in
Yeah.
a way and I've been like that. So I call myself Squidward. I was like, yeah, just everybody moving like on. But yeah, I'm actively working on that, trying to stop being like that. And I am placing people in my life that are living for the kingdom and that can hold me accountable in a healthy way.
Yeah. So you say they call you prodigal son
Prodigal
at the
son.
church
Yep.
that you attend. What community are you connected to there? Like, what's it been like to go to church now that you are?
So it's
trying to
harder
different-
because like that like I said, that's churches where I grew up. That's what I know, and I love like the small, intimate churches, and that's hard to find in Dallas.
Yeah.
And so I'm actively trying to find a church home there, instead of having to commute back and forth. But I've tried some, and some were for me, and some were cool, but it just, I think when you find that one, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I'm doing, and that's what it's been in my prayers, is to find a church home, one I feel comfortable in, and one that really preaches the word that I need to hear.
Yeah.
Because especially up there, you got a lot of prosperity preaching, your blessing right around the corner, and, you know, trying to console you if you're going through hard time. We gotta save souls, bro.
Come on. I need the real deal.
This thing about the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need I'm gonna get a new car.
Nah.
I don't need I'm gonna get a house. I
Nah.
need something that's gonna save my soul. I need
Yeah.
something that's gonna lead me to repentance.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of what I've been looking for. Is one of those.
Yeah.
It's been real hard.
Yeah.
My sister just keeps trying to get me to go to this mega church, and it's like
No.
it works for her.
Yeah.
She
thrives there.
Yeah, she does great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of mega churches, but I'm gonna try it just
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, I'm trying not to be closed minded to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my discernment is there, so I'll know.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're wanting something more intimate, more like where the pastor may know your name.
Yeah, like,
you can
come
hit somebody
talk to
up.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, not just a high and by greeter type of
that
situation.
that ain't for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me because, like I said, I'm so used to isolation. So
Yeah.
if I'm not feeling connected to where I'm going to worship spiritually, like, who's to say I can't? Not that I will, but who's to say somebody like me can't backslide into however they were living because they don't feel that sense of closeness and community.
Yeah.
But that's just what I know I personally need. Everybody's walk is a little different. But that's what I need.
Yeah. I think and it's great to know what you need because if you go in somewhere where you don't know what you need, it could actually disappoint you.
Yeah,
and you could be like,
fulfilled.
see, God, this why I ain't try church.
Yep.
Because people like this, and this is what it is. And so I think if what you already know and what you're looking for in a congregation, in a community, you should be able to find some. I actually have an idea of a church, so I'll let you know. I'll let you know. It's one in Dallas that I know that's pretty good that I've actually visited a couple times. So
I'll definitely go visit.
Yeah.
And the first one I went visit, it was a good church. It wasn't bad at all. But I was just so nervous. Like, well, I ain't been to church in a decade.
You like shaking? What do you think made you nervous?
So I don't know if it was. It was just like that. Like I said, I'm so isolated. So it's like you got to go and be loving and nice. And
like, hi, speak
they
to
want
me.
you to sit in the front. And like,
stand up. Are you a visitor? Stand
I'm
up.
just trying. Yep, I had to stand up. And I was like, "Argh."
Yeah.
But it was fine. I was fine, and they gave a good piece of word.
Yeah.
I remember they were talking about what's forged in the fire. Talking about gold, and then Daniel when he went through the fire, and then they related it to you like, hey, you got to go through the fire. It was a good piece of word. But
Yeah.
I definitely was walking in there like, I do not want to talk to you. I just want to sit in the back and receive my.
It's closed.
Yeah, he is really actively breaking me from that because
Yeah.
I will sit in the back. You won't even know I'm there.
Right.
Yeah, I do that. I do that in my kids' games.
You just sit in the
She
back.
don't see me till after the game over. I be in the back just looking.
Yeah. That's crazy because I actually feel like you're supposed to be around people.
I'm supposed to.
It's crazy. He intentionally, we have this resistance to these certain things. So you have a resistance right now to be around people in certain aspects, but it's crazy because that's what I feel like you're gonna be doing.
Man, and you know what it is I have a control issue.
What do you want to control?
Everything.
How people see you?
Everything. Anything I can control, I want to control it.
Okay.
I do not like giving up control of nothing because then I feel helpless and
vulnerable.
Girl, you can't be in control and God be in control.
Who gonna win?
So that's something that I'm also working on. It's just like letting go, just like growing my faith more. Like, all right, he got it.
Yeah.
Like it was something. I'm not gonna talk about what it was. But it was something that he told me to do, and I didn't do it. I was like, no, because if I do that, bro, it's gonna be this.
Yeah.
He was like, boy, and I was like, no, I can't, and I didn't, and something bad came from it. So it's just like, yeah, thump me on the head. Listen, like I got it.
Yeah.
And it may seem bad in the moment, but I got it. I got you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on right now. Just like letting go.
I think we all got control issues.
Ooh, I'm bad.
Because we want to see the outcome. We want to see the end product of what we're doing. It's like, I need to know that this going to work, God. I need to know if I take this step that you got me and I ain't going to fall.
Yeah.
But it's like, God's like, take the step. We'll see what happens. Because he know. And so now I find confidence in like, okay, so if I don't know, you know. One of us know. I may not know, but you know. So if you know, I'll do it.
I can't wait till I get there.
Listen, it takes some time.
No, that's not going to work.
You like, God, this don't make sense. You're like, but do it anyway. Yeah. We often have to do things scared.
Yeah.
And that's really the big kicker with faith sometimes. It's like, I have to trust God even when my fear.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is the fear of the unknown. Because I feel like if I can control, for the better part of my life, even when stuff went bad, I knew I could control the result after it went bad. It's like, all right, this is bad right now, but if I do this, and the third, I'm good.
I'm good.
And that's how my life's worked until now. It's like, nah, I'm going to mess up everything until you get your hand off of it. Like, move.
You know, there's certain people that God will not relent on. Oh. You know, he won't relent on them. You know, and I can relate to that because there's so many times where I was like, God, choose somebody else. No. I don't know why you want me. I'm raggedy. It's like, I want you, and I'm not going to stop till I get you.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the same for you.
He on me.
He ain't going to stop till he gets you.
He on me.
Yeah. But why do you think that is?
I just think, like I said, everybody, every human, we have something that we're supposed to be doing. He like he said, he knew us before we were even in the womb. And whatever my purpose is, he knows it, and he just need me to get out of my own way. Like, move. You're going to do what I say do. Yeah. And I know you hard-headed, and I know you're stubborn, and I know you're a control freak, but get out of the way. Yeah.
It's the purpose, and he just love you.
Yeah.
He love you so much that he's not willing to, like, let you.
I find myself praying, like, you know what, Lord, just show me what you need me to do. And I know I don't really mean it because it's like, you won't even move.
Oh, right.
And he'll tell me that right there. You won't even get out of my way.
Yeah. I'm going to show you this.
I'm going to show you. You won't get out of my way. He's like, but I know you're going to get out of my way eventually.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, submission is a hard thing. I think everybody can believe. I think everybody can have faith. Yeah. But to submit your life to Christ, to really give up your old man for your spirit man, it is a real big commitment. But I think the beauty of it is that you're not doing it by yourself. Right. There's people around that have done it and that are continue. Let me be a witness. I submitted in 2019 and my life has drastically changed and it's just been better. I don't have no fancy cars, no big house, but I got peace.
Yeah, peace.
I got joy. I got the fruit of the spirit for real. Like it's not just a bumper sticker or a card. Yep. Like it's in my heart. And so I believe that you can get to that place as you continue to go on this journey. And give yourself grace.
I am, because I often think back, like, boy, a year ago, you was wilding. This wasn't even.
You weren't talking about this?
Nah. I was, and Lord knows where I was at. I was doing something I ain't had no business doing, with somebody I ain't had no business doing it with. Yeah. At a time, I ain't had no business doing it. But, like, I do, pat myself on the back that I'm, I think, like I say, I wake up every day and I just, as soon as I open my eyes, thank you for keeping me. Yeah. Because I know what happens if my ticket get punched.
I want to be with you,
man. I know what happens. Yeah. I do not want that. Most importantly, my child is now where I feel like at the age of accountability, and I need to save that soul. I need to.
You need to be an example.
Yeah, because I'm cool, Dad. I just we gonna chill.
We can do whatever we want to do.
We talking noise. We outside, and it's like, and that's cool. But and she goes to church every Sunday with my mom. But then I just need her to understand. It's like, you get it. And I get that you get it because I got it at that age. But
let me show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because anybody can understand and hear the word, but who is living the word?
Yeah, we need you to believe and live it. So that's
so you want to be the example.
Man,
you want to be the witness.
Gotta be.
Come on, Dad.
If not me, who?
Come on, Dad. That's beautiful. I'm just proud of you.
Man,
I want to say how proud I am of you. I know it took a lot of courage to say yes again. I know it took a lot of courage to repent.
Yeah.
And to open your heart and say, God, like, you know what? Like, okay, I'm gonna try again.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, He just wants us to try again.
Yep.
Like, we're not gonna be perfect even coming in the journey.
Right.
But He wants us to continue to try, and it sounds like that's where you are. You're gonna try.
Where I'm at. I'm actively trying.
Yeah.
To wean everything that is not for Him, for His glory, for His purpose out of my life.
Yeah.
And it's been difficult. I got rid of a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of stuff I got to get rid of. But I'm just thanking Him every day that I'm at least being convicted now. Like,
yeah,
well,
you can feel it now. You ain't numb no more.
Good and well.
You ain't numb no more because you said you were numb at a point in time where it's
the
like
numbest.
like what?
I wasn't
What
even thinking
God?
about it.
I don't care.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
I've had so many like close to death encounters, and I think that's what shook me to my core. It's like, bro, I would have been away from Him forever. Like, ever. It's never gonna end. It's forever.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand the seriousness of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they liken it to just, all right, you burning, or like, if Jesus come, you just get left behind. It's like, it's not gonna be cool, bro. Like, it's not gonna be light.
It's eternity. Eternity.
No.
Like you there's no backseats.
It used to be so funny, like growing up. It's sad, but it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be laying in the bed or something at home, and I hear something loud. It sound like a trumpet, and I'll get up and run and go in my mama's room to see if she's still there.
Oh,
like,
you thought
because if she gone,
you thought the rapture go.
I know what happened.
You thought the rapture.
That happened so many times. I'll be sleeping. I hear loud. And I'm like,
you know what I wonder if that was? I wonder if that was warnings.
Oh, absolutely. Now that I'm looking back on it, but it's just like, bruh.
That was them getting your attention.
Was a thump in your head. Like, stop.
Hey.
Because I would look, and then once I see I'd go back to doing what I was doing. It's like, it's so scary, so dangerous, the game I was playing.
Yeah. But now?
Nah, I'm not playing.
You ain't playing no games this time.
I'm playing no more.
Man, I am very just excited about this journey for you. And I want to say, like, in this journey, there may be times, where it's just like, man, like, I'm this, I'm that. But I'm telling you, the accountability, getting around people that are accountable to you, and then getting in the church home that can pour into you. And then, like you said, like what you doing, clean some stuff up.
Yeah.
Getting people around you that's gonna be encouraging to you. That's gonna lead you in the way. But I know your gift will not be wasted. Man, I will say that.
I'm interested to see how He used me.
I know your gift, and I'm excited because we really don't know ourselves until we get submitted.
Absolutely.
And when we get submitted, God will show us. There's things that I'm doing now that I never knew that I was gonna do. I'm like, I wrote a book. What?
That's so crazy.
No way.
You know I need a signed copy.
You gonna get one.
Need a signed copy.
But I never saw myself on a book talking about God in any way. I didn't see that either. But here I am. And so God will truly change your identity.
Yeah.
You've been T-Moe the rapper. You might be T-Moe the evangelist. I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know. You heard it today.
I hope not. But if I am, man.
You might be T-Moe the evangelist, the preacher. I don't know.
Man.
Who knows?
Yeah, however He see fit.
It's like we say no, but we be like, all right, God.
I don't want to, but it's like, I'm going to obey.
Yeah, you willing. Yeah. Don't worry.
That ain't what I want to do.
In the time, in God's timing, because I think also some people may speak things over you that it's not time yet. Yeah. And so I'm playing right now, but
His will be done for sure.
So it'll whatever He wants for you, it will be. But I'm grateful for you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for your daughter because I feel like she's low key accountable person for you right now.
She is
because she's watching you.
And she does, and I love the little person she is. But like I said, my mom did such an amazing job of instilling the belief in Jesus Christ and in God, and helping us understand and being on fire for Him.
Yeah,
when we were at such a young age, and that's something that I was very lax on because I was living the way I was living. And so now I just want to be that example. Like, all right, my dad was doing this, that, and the third, and he done completely turned it around. What's to that? At least I want to put the question in her head as to
who did that?
Yeah, like what you on now?
Why you do that? Yeah. So shout out to your moms too. A praying mama,
man.
Because the prayers of the mothers, you know what I'm saying? They'll bring you back in.
Like they're tough as nails, man.
Shout out to your mom. But we're about to wrap up. is there any way that, like, what do you have next? Like, what do you got going on next? If you want to share anything
Man,
before we wrap up.
I have an album I'm currently working on.
Okay.
It will be my last
album. Oh,
last album
for the
not
world.
for the kingdom. I mean, that's not for the kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't want to make music anymore, but if God called me to do that, that's what I'll be doing.
Come on.
But yeah, it'll be my last project, and like I said, just kind of hopefully being an inspiration to other people that live like how I was living, and at least spark the thought, or like inspire somebody to not be scared, to like, hey, it's okay to live righteous. It's okay to be good and live for Jesus. Like, give your life to God, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the God. Not, it's a lot of different God. Give your life to the God, the head of the Trinity.
Yes.
Give your life to God. Give your life to Christ. And I'm a post about it. I'm gonna keep talking about it. When something on my heart, I'm gonna share it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to do it in a way that's relatable, and just hopefully you think, and it'll help you change your heart, because it's kind of where I'm at in life right now.
Come on, T-Moe. Man, I am so excited.
Thank you. I'm honored you had me too. Like, this is dope. You already know you're my gal, but this is fire, and we need content like this. This is very important, what you're doing. Help us clean up our algorithms. We need it.
Yeah.
We're tired of the ratchet fights.
Tired of ratchet.
And the gossip. And we tired of all that. We need more content like this. So.
Yeah.
Run these views up, man.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm honored to have you on the show, and you mean a lot to the world, and you mean a lot to God.
Man,
so I know that you have a purpose here, and God's going to do it. So,
thank you.
Blessings to you. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll holler at you next time.